Hello, welcome back to another episode of Core Radio here with yours truly, Kahari Lindsay. Now, I know you guys know there's a lot of things happening in the world right now, and I just want you to think about how much you've persevered through everything that's happened. I've been laid off twice in the last 3 years from 2 different jobs, right? But I never ever looked at my life and went, why me? Why me? Oh, why me? I've always looked at my life and went, well, what can I do? How can I make this better? How can I body this situation? How can I make this situation work for me? Because at the end of the day, that is your one and only duty as a human being to yourself, is to make sure that no matter what's going on in your life, you make sure that everything you're doing works for you and that it goes in the way that's supposed to go. Now, there's obviously a lot of different ways you can go about that. A lot of people say that I push toxic positivity. I think I'm just optimistic because at the end of the day, if you focus on the bad, all you're going to see is the bad. But if you focus on the good, all you're going to see is the good. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. I was laid off about a week and a half ago. And obviously it was bad, but I didn't look at it as an issue. I looked at it as an opportunity. And I was working multiple jobs at the time, so I had a fallback. And what I learned through going, well, what's good about this? What can I do here? How can I get over this hump? How can I get ahead of it? What I learned was at my other job, I can make more money than I was working both jobs together. And if I would have panicked, caused an issue, and been whatever, I would not have bossed up, asked for more hours, asked for a full-time position at my other job, and realized that I could make more money with one job instead of two. A lot of people will take a layoff and lay down. They'll lay down and let life beat them. And then a year down the road, they're still broke. Me, I'm a little different. I don't see any closed door as a closed door. I see it as a redirection. Because if you're going down the wrong exit, or the wrong entry ramp, and it's the wrong ramp, wouldn't you hope they put up roadblocks so you don't keep going? That's exactly what those things are. They're just roadblocks. Because everything that's supposed to happen, happens. Everything. And I think that's similar to saying everything happens for a reason. But I don't think about it like that. Because the reason is your own self-preservation. The reason is you wanting to do better in your own life. The reason is you not ever giving up on yourself. Sorry, I'm shaving my face. Because at the end of the day, if you give up on yourself, who the heck is going to believe in you if you give up on yourself? Nobody. People are just going to write you off. People are just going to think that you aren't who you think you should be. And you should always be who you think you are. Unless who that is a bad person. Then obviously you shouldn't be that. But for the most part, people aren't meaning to be bad people. People just happen to be bad people. But I don't know. A lot of people say, Kari, I don't have the discipline you have. I don't have this. I don't have that. Y'all think I have discipline and motivation to do this? To do what I do? I don't have discipline or motivation to do it. I do it because I have no choice. And as an adult, I think a lot of people should start looking at it like, you have no choice. What do you mean you don't have any choice? I mean, you don't have a choice whether or not you live an easy, clean life. All you can do is control how you react to things. That is the only thing in your life that you can control. Obviously, you can control your work ethic and how hard you work and things of that nature, but you shouldn't do those things expecting a certain outcome. You should do those things because you know at some point what you're doing is going to work out. And in my head, it doesn't matter what you're doing. Obviously, if you're doing dumb, bad stuff, it matters. But for the most part, like I said, most people aren't doing that. Most people are trying their damnedest to do their best. Or at least that's what I think. And I think that way because that's how my mind works. I would never, ever not try to do my best in any situation. I don't care what's happening. I literally don't care what's happening. I would always do my best in any situation. And some people might think that means I'm motivated. But no, it's just I'm not. I don't want to say I'm not a bum because it's like people that aren't motivated aren't bums, but I don't know. I feel like a lot of people think motivation and discipline is something that they have to find when it's simply a choice. Do you want to lay in piss and stay in piss, or do you want to get out the piss? I like to try to get out the piss. Like, if life pushes you down, why would you stay down? Like, why would you give up? Why would you say life has beat me? When all you can control in life is how you react. So if you react, always going, oh, why me? Oh, this is terrible. Oh, this, that, and the other. Things are going to keep on happening to you until you realize what's actually happened. When I got laid off the first time, I saw that opportunity as a redirection. It was sad because I had to move out of California when I got laid off the first time, but I'm not going to lie, I was sad. I was down bad for a little bit, but I didn't have a choice. I had to eventually boss up my life and get back on everything and do the things I told myself I needed to do, because at the end of the day, you always have bills. And people that don't have bills, you have no excuse. Honestly, if you don't have a plethora, if you don't have over $2,000 of bills to pay, or like over $1,000 of bills to pay, you need to just stop being a bum. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you're only paying like $500 a month for something that occurs every month, and you don't have your life together, you don't make money, you need to go find a passion and stick to it, because that's just stupidity at that point. There are people that literally don't have shit they need to pay for that complain all the time. And you just look at them, you're just kind of like, the fuck are you complaining about? Your life is handed to you. Just go do the shit you're supposed to be doing. And people are like, what does that mean? It means whatever the hell you want it to mean. It doesn't have to mean anything. Like, the life that you want to live is the right life to live. The only person that actually needs to understand why you live the way you live is you. That is the only person. But at the end of the day, it all only has to make sense to you. Nobody else. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody else except you. So go live the life you're supposed to live. I believe in you. You believe in you. So go do it. And again, I don't think that's motivation. Like, I don't look at that as motivation or discipline. I look at it as perspective. Because who's going to live the life you want to live for you? The people you idolize on the internet? Do you know why you idolize those people on the internet? Because they're doing something that you see value in. That's it. That is the only reason why you like those people on the internet. Because they are doing something that you yourself see intrinsic value in. And you know what's crazy about that? You can also do something that you see value in if you simply apply yourself and try. But I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. Figure it out. Like, if you're under the age of 30 and you don't know what you want to do with your life, that's okay. You're not supposed to know. But what you're supposed to be willing to do is try new things to figure it out. Now, if you just don't want to try new things and you want to keep living the life you live and you want to stay stagnant, you don't want to change or move or grow, you can do that too. But you're going to live a life that you didn't choose. You're going to live a life that you have to work, that you don't love to choose. Which is like most people's life. But at the end of the day, you're not going to see a point of it if you're not living the way you want. If you're not striving toward the life you want. If you're not striving toward being the person you want. And I think a lot of people, they'll stray into religion because it's easier to go off the Bible or whatever that they use to dictate how they want to live their life. Because the idea of figuring out how you want to live your life, for some people, for some reason, is so difficult. When the way I look at it is there is a ideal self that you have in your mind, the person in your head that you would love to become. And it doesn't have to be you. It could be someone that you idolize, a mentor, anything of that nature. But how I look at it is there's an ideal K.O.R.L, which is my name, that I want to become. And the only way I'm going to become that ideal K.O.R.L is to do things that ideal K.O.R.L would do. You know the expression, fake it till you make it? People take it out of context. What it really means is keep trying to become who you are until you finally become who you are. It's not rocket science, people. It's not. It's literally running in a straight line. If you run in a straight line, that is the fastest way to your destination. And the only way to get to the straight line is to cut out the things that deter you. So if you don't know what you want to do, go do things that you have never tried and figure out what you want to do. Then you will have a clear path of what you want to do and you can attack it correctly. But if you've never tried new stuff and you've always just done what you've always done, clearly, obviously you don't know what you want to do because you've never actually tried to figure it out. You've never actually put yourself in a position to figure it out. Which I don't want to say that's a knock on you. That's just the reality of the world you created for yourself. Like for example, me. I realized I pay for a subscription that posts all my podcasts when I make them, right? This subscription doesn't cost that much a month, but it does cost money a month, correct? And I realized I was dropping maybe one podcast every 4 months. That is 4 months of payments that I am not utilizing. For what? For why? What reason? Like, why am I not utilizing those things? There is no reason. I just wasn't utilizing them. So, I looked, changed my life, bossed up my life, and chose to do better. Also, if you take allergy medicine every day, try to wean off of it. I stopped taking allergy medicine this week, and when I tell you, apparently some people develop this thing when they stop taking allergy medicine where they have intense itching all over their body. Bro, I have been itching all over my body like crazy. And I thought like I was eating something that was making me... No, dude. I literally just stopped using antihistamines or whatever they're called, the allergy medicine. And because of that, my body is doing this. I will say, though, when I used to take Allegra D 24-hour, this never happened. But as soon as I started taking Zyrtec, now I'm itching all over crazy. Fuck Zyrtec. Anyway, this is another episode of K.O.R.L Radio, here with yours truly, K.O.R.L.